Yo. Thank you. Shut the frick up, Swafton. Fricker. Guy thinks he's clever.
Actually, can you bring it back?
Bringing it back.
Thank you. My battery is low.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. If internet explodes, I will shoot somebody. No, I will not shoot you. Don't worry. I won't shoot Amari either. Hatch Day. What's up, Rashi? Unga, Cats, Empty Sky, Stray Puppy. Well, if it isn't Sunshine Bread's coach, yes. Sort of. I think your ribs are broken? What happened? The problem with Shion when? It's Shion, right? Okay. I felt a sharp pain when I inhale on my ribs. Just don't inhale on your ribs. You're eating homemade pico, okay? Let's get the
I got it!
let's get the patch notes here.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for the sub. Meme Scholar, I thank you for the sub as well. GKB, how are you, mate? No spoilers. No spoilers. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I even got a protein shake for my lunch just so that I wouldn't have to take a pause to eat. Agent Meerkat, thank you. Okay. Let us do our wish list. Wish list. All right. This is from a balance perspective. We'll start with damage. As always, I don't know anything about today's patch notes. I avoid all early access. I just want to go in totally blind. Here we go. Miki Chiki. Wish list. Let me change my headline here. As always, I would love further work on any of the new heroes. Every single season, every single patch, I would love further work on characters like Onrun and Emre. Just small adjustments here and there. Things that make the character more interesting and more healthy to play. If you guys want to know my thoughts on those characters, I've talked about it a million times. There's an entire YouTube video on it. That would be a wish list for any of the new heroes. That includes Sierra now, who I think is kind of a dumpster fire. Beyond that, I think maybe Vendetta needs a slight buff, but I don't know, man. My TLDR is that like anything that's been released in the last year and a half, I would love if they continue to tweak and iterate on them in any way, shape, or form. Because now the list just keeps getting longer and longer and longer of characters that I do not enjoy playing or do not enjoy playing versus. Thank you very much. Aside from that, I think the only real character that needs any serious balance patch in the DPS thing is I do think Dire Triggers needs a nerf. Unquestionably, from its damage perspective. It just needs a nerf. It does too much up close. That's it. I think the character's performance is also backing that up. He's always been a relatively decent character, and now he's just skyrocketed, and I think that needs to be an adjustment. Support. I will always love if they actually did something with Ana's passive. I think Ana's passive is a major reason why she's not very good right now, despite her high skill ceiling and high skill floor. The fact that she has no self-heal anymore is just kind of absurd. Saying nade, self-nade, it just doesn't work like that. Just giving her any of the other two role passives would immediately improve her performance. Beyond that, for support, BAP still kind of sucks, but Honestly, Kiriko probably could use a slap on the wrist because her rank performance is actually pretty good right now. Lifeweaver could use a slap on the wrist, potentially. Maybe Mizuki gets a slight slap on the wrist from a heal performance. But support, I don't have that much of a problem. One thing I would like for support is I would like if they reverted one of the Lucio ult nerfs. I think they did it too heavy-handed, both the percentage of the HP decay and the duration. And maybe Mercy's too strong with Flash Shield, but there's nothing like on support that's like there's like a lot of little things that I would like, but nothing that's I think as important as Reaper Dire triggers. To be honest with you, nothing is important. Tank. The same thing for like updates and like Domina and such. You guys will always know, but I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of tank heroes that I think could use some adjustments, but I think like I really don't think tank has been a problem balance wise, with the exception of Diva at the highest ranks for the and that's not really as much of a problem anymore. I don't think there's anything in the tank role that's like a must change for me right now. Like, I don't think there's anything that's like a must change for me right now. I will always be cheer if Roadhog gets another slap on the wrist. I don't like Zarya still, but she's not like exactly dominating. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really major here that's like, oh, must change from a balance perspective. Design-wise, yeah, sure, but like, yeah. I think Reaper Dire triggers and maybe a couple of little support tweaks, but it's not super pressing. Sorry, this isn't like super saucy, but yeah. And just last disclaimer, before we get into the actual patch, we're not going to talk about Shion. We're going to play Shion hopefully today, but we're not going to really talk about Shion, to be honest. And we're just going to go in totally blind. So if you haven't seen the patch notes, I highly recommend you guys watch them before you see me. Develop your own opinions. My opinions will influence you. I will try to be thoughtful and careful and cautious with my reactions because I think it's my responsibility. But I am human, and so I might go, wah, 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 on like knee-jerk to an extent, and that doesn't always age well. I might be wrong with certain things here. So I will try to be as fair as I possibly can, and we will take a look. That being said, as always, even if I am negative about the patch, it is still really fun to have patch days. It's just new novelty slop. And novelty slop, man, like, what can I say? I'm a sucker for patch notes, so we're gonna enjoy it. The word slop needs to be removed from my vocabulary. Okay. Let's take a look here. There's a couple of other things that have been teased, but we'll go through it. Reign of Talon, Season 3, Into the Tiger's Den takes Overwatch to a place where bright lights cut through the shadow and who you stand with matters most. Shion arrives as a fast and deadly new damage hero, leading to the notorious Hashimoto clan testing your resolve at every turn. I apologize if I'm reading fast just because, you know, you can read this yourself. We'll focus on the analysis, not necessarily the perfect reading or everything. Explore the first... a new hybrid map. Okay, cool. Uncovering secrets and earning rewards by playing... Is that the Tokyo map? Is that being released? Cool. Battle Mythic Ascendant Phoenix. I just don't care about Mythic skins anymore. Okay, cool. It's Tokyo. Nice. We'll look at the skins maybe later, but I imagine it's going to be glow stick slop. Sorry, I just had to use the term slop there. Anima Strike. Players battle their way through different locations by completing challenges. I don't really care about this aspect, the loot boxes and the rewards. It's not that this stuff doesn't matter. It's just I have less of an opinion on it. It's not really my not my cup of tea, and it's also something I don't know as much about. Okay. Skipping. General update. Continue to expand our advanced info panel keywords for some more opaque ability interactions with crush, heal, amp, cap, ignore energy. Okay. Add a new option under sound. Control the volume of teammate enemy eliminated sound effects. That's awesome. Those are always so loud, so that's nice. Two options. Chat easier to read. Social favorites category to quickly find favorited friends. That's a nice change as well. Okay, all kinds of little quality of life things. Yeah, we'll look at the new map later. I actually know very little about the new map. I was giving feedback when people were playtesting it, so. Okay. Competitive play update. Zero bands. The roster describe more detail. Gives players the ability to share their favorite heroes with their teammates to enable better coordination. Okay. A player's preferred hero, their number one hero in the roster by default, now contributes 3 negative votes during hero bans. This would nullify one player's third place vote. So in other words, favoriting a hero makes it less likely to be banned. Okay. Lobby bans are a 5th ban slot that can break the 2 hero role limit. So you can get 3 potential bans on a single role. That's to prevent lobby bans on Mercy. Unlike other hero bans, lobby bans are calculated by adding together all of the votes from both teams. If both teams had at least one vote for a hero and there were 10 total votes for the hero, so in other words, one team overwhelmingly voted for one hero, but it wasn't quite enough to get to the top two, but there was at least one vote for the hero hero will be lobby banned. In other words, if there is an agreement from both teams on a hero that doesn't achieve the top two for either team, then it's a lobby ban. But if neither team agrees on any one hero, then there will be no lobby ban. Flat said, the last channel in the community that talks balance and doesn't care about skins. Maybe. I think there's a lot of people out there, but thank you, Flat. Yeah, I'm really concerned about the new hero, guys. Like, I'm really concerned about the new hero from a ban perspective. Like, maybe this preferred hero thing will help, but like, this is gonna be really annoying. This is gonna be really annoying. The ban results page of hero bans has no new visual update to help players understand the snake draft and display the lobby ban. Okay. The hero ban phase now displays the number of votes for each of your choices. Okay. The roster was built with competitive play among players to communicate the preferred heroes effortlessly, but it's also useful to quick play players that want to pick the best map for their allies. Negative votes for preferred heroes prevent most cases where one teammate could successfully vote to ban your preferred hero alone, assuming you also vote. Okay. More responsive player preferences. Okay, this just needs, like, this is just going to need more experimentation. There's probably a lot of things here that are good. There's some things that are probably bad. We're going to need to experiment with more. It does seem like a lot of bans, but I guess our hero pool is like slowly expanding here, or rapidly expanding. So we'll wait and see. No knee-jerk reactions right off the bat. Yeah. Can watch the live replays of ongoing matches for players in the top 5 challenger leaderboards. Live replays. Okay, these are awesome. This is cool. You can disable it. We've talked a little bit about this. Awesome. Good job. Let's see. I did not see the dev live stream. I've been working all day. You guys will have to let me know if there's anything I missed. That would be actually great if any of you guys can give me like any points that were said there that weren't said here. Pressure modifier, rank progress, compensation, now scales down by respecting the pressure modifier. I think this is just to prevent the cheater compensation exploding in the very, very highest ranks. So, hero updates. The perk system has continued to evolve since Season 1 with ongoing additions to heroes and perks across the roster. This patch included targeted adjustments to the perks that are out of line in pick rate, win rate, and overall effectiveness with the goal of improving viability and maintaining meaningful choice. Okay, sounds good. Tank. What would they change with D.Va? I assume that she's going to get like a micro buff or something. She's kind of bad right now. What would you buff about D.Va that wouldn't affect her pro performance? I wouldn't mind if she got some of her HP back. I don't think the HP is necessarily the most important thing at the pro level. Like, think of it this way. Like, utility and, like, burst is, like, way more important at the pro level. Like, Sodrail, Suzu, burst mobility, stuff like that matters a lot more at the pro level. And just, like, raw numbers, I'd say matter more at the rank level. They've nerfed a lot of her burst damage. So, in some ways, patience think this up. So I imagine they just gave her like 50 health or something like that. Shield system, shield conversion reduced. Oh. I mean, this was definitely her best major perk, so okay. Sure. I mean, if all the perks to nerf, this was definitely the one to nerf, but I guess they just keep going with the D.Va nerfs. Sure. So basically, this just gives you shield conversion reduced from 150 to 100. So that's the one where you eat damage and it converts into shields, and she has shields in her base HP, which allows her to regenerate. Basically, this is just a massive sustain perk that allows her to be a little bit more on her own. I do think this perk was better in most situations. I don't think the other major perk is bad. I just think this perk is better, but it's a return to your HP. But I don't feel like I fully understand. Like, I would have liked a clarification, because even as somebody that does this for a living, I don't fully understand what this means. Like as in, she, instead of having 150 shields, she has 100 shields. I think that's what it means. But it's confusing because the perk itself regenerates your shields based off of HP that you, or damage that you eat. So the conversion, does that mean the conversion from picking the perk or the conversion from eating damage? Yeah, so this is just like, again, I would have liked a clarification for the dum-dums out there. But I think, yeah, okay. 50 more armor instead of shield. So, Oh, so she has the same amount of total health, but just more of its armor now instead of HP? She has armor, not shield. So they gave her armor then instead. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, okay, can we? I would have liked the sentence here. You know, I would have liked the sentence here. Yeah. They didn't give her armor. Only 100 base health is converted to shields instead of. So it's health instead of. So this is a nerf then. So she goes 50 of this HP is no longer shield. It's just normal health instead of armor. Where did you get armor from? Well, I'm being told that, oh no, they're giving her 50 armor instead of the, yeah, okay. So it's a nerf. Jeez, man. It's not y'all's fault. This needed to be elaborated on. But the word conversion is not a good choice. They should have just said shields reduced from shields get, base shields reduced from 150 or 100, you know. This is just poorly worded. Okay, Domina, corporate retreat major perk. What is corporate retreat? Is that the wall slam? Oh, it's new. Oh, so they removed the wall slam. While barrier array is active, it can be moved one time to another location. I mean, it's good. That's great. That's very good. But it's going to be obnoxious to play into. And also, this is why she needs 2 shields on either a shared cooldown or much smaller shields. You know, like this is just. This shouldn't be the solution here, you know, and it being behind major perk here. I don't know. This is just the default choice, no? Like, this is like, is there any situation now? Do you ever choose the perks, the exploding perk now? Like, is there literally any reason to choose anything other than this perk now? This feels like a must pick in 100% of situations. I will have to test this in game, but my initial reaction is very negative here. This is a massive buff. This is a quality of life buff, which I like conceptually, but the problem is that she's able to reposition her shield as a massive hulking, like the size of a Mack truck, you know? I don't know. Bummer, man. Bummer. Okay, Doomfist. Did they just nerf Power Matrix or something? Did they buff Space Slam and nerf Power Matrix? So they just nerf Power Matrix again, okay. It doesn't reset her shield? No, there's no way it would reset her shield. Yeah, but it's still broken. Like, it doesn't need to I was not expecting it to reset her shield. That would be dumb. But it's still broken. Yeah. No, it doesn't refresh. No, yeah, I would be surprised if it does refresh. It doesn't matter if it refreshes. The fact that it doesn't, it's still broken. It's still going to be 100% pick rate. Do you understand? Because the point is, if you can replace the shield, then you can just replace it around the aspects that are already broken. Like the pieces, the panels. I'm not saying it doesn't matter at all, but it's still ridiculously good. Hazard, probably going to get a nerf to like block or something. Duration, slight. Like he's pretty good right now. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of a nerf. But the reason why he needs nerf is because of the heal passive. I'm not really sure. Reducing spike guards duration lowers his ability. Okay, that's good. So I think a spike guard duration is this is fine. That's fine. Anarchic Zeal, they buffed his healing perk. Reconstitution is the healing off of the lifesteal. Okay, so Anarchic Zeal is the healing from his block. So they increase the healing from his block. Okay, let's then skip ahead to Deep Leap, which they moved to major perk, and they buffed further. This was like, there was never any choice about which perk you chose. So Anarchic Zeal was never chosen because Deep Leap was one of the best minor perks in the game and just made the character feel a lot better. My concern here is that tying Deep Leap behind major perk, even if you buff it, might be kind of a decent nerf to hazard indirectly. We'll wait and see. I'm not even looking at the other perks. I'm kind of blurring my eyes because that extra range was really important because it was also extra speed. So this, in theory, now we're going to move Reconstitution, which is your block resource increased based off of hitting somebody with your wall. Now, I haven't tested this, but on paper, there's some choices here. This is not a bad perk, the Reconstitution. It's useful, mildly useful. And now Anarchic Zeal is also mildly useful. Mildly useful. So we will see. There's regardless of what you think of the perks themselves, I do think that there's going to be some testing required, which is good because there was never a choice before. Okay. Yeah, Anarchic Zeal healing is terrible, but it did get buffed slightly again, 33% more healing now. Okay. And now it's competing with a Reconstitution, which isn't amazing and was also nerfed a little bit. So we will see. Major perk choices, though, I'm surprised that they nerfed Explosive Impalements. I know the burst damage on that, but that takes quite a while to build up. It's not really the biggest contributing to people's frustration for some. It's a little bit annoying, but I feel like this being nerfed, Explosive Impalements, probably means that Deep Leap is just once again 100% pick rate, but instead it's in major perk. So yeah, I can understand the understanding here, but I never felt like Explosive Impalements was that broken because the amount of time it takes to build it up usually meant that if you're sitting that long versus a target, it's probably a tank or a target with a larger health pool. So I understand people's concerns with Explosive Impalements. I'm not going to advocate for that perk necessarily, but I do think Deep Leap is like just 100% pick rate again. 100% pick rate. But the good news is that at least now there's a choice in minor perk. So basically the choice went from being major perk decisions to now minor perk decisions. Anyway, Ram. I don't know, Ram's fine. I mean, the only thing I would say is that his other minor perk, as predicted, is just horrible. The duration on his Annihilation being extended from kills or Nemesis is just stupid. Like it's always been bad. It will never be bad. It just needs to be replaced. Relentless Form, duration bonus increase from 1 to 2 seconds. Like, you're still never gonna pick it. It's another on elimination perk, and I know the shield perk isn't like as good as the damage perk, but it's still like useful every fight. Nobody's ever going to pick this perk, bro. Takes time to rebuild when moves fairly. Okay, I still think it's 100% pick rate, but we'll test it out. Nanite Repair gets buffed. That's fine. I think this perk is decent. It might be a little bit underrated because there are some situations when you can't really damage the enemy tank very easily, and because your projectiles are so slow, the damage increase is not like that useful if you can't shoot anything. So this was not always a trash perk. This is like situationally okay, and now it's better. So maybe those situations become more flexible. Nobody's picking over staff though. Well, like I said, there are situations when you do pick it over staff. Hard dive comp, flyer comp, not something that you might run into very often, but if there's not a tank that you can punish or a squishy that you can punish up close, then Healing Nation is indeed like decent. But yeah, it's still pretty situational, so whatever. Ryan, they just need to change or buff the other two perks. Like, Shield Bash is just always Shield Bash, always heal passive. The problem with the stun one is it requires you to hit either Shatter or Pen. I don't think the stun one's that bad, to be fair. Like, I actually think it's okay in some very niche situations. I think the attack speed in the Fire Strike one is probably the easiest one that you just never want. I am not a card-carrying member of Healing Nation. I was one of its founding members, and they threw me out. So I'm just, out of sake of principle, I'm not joining. I don't really know what they do with Ryan. Oh, they just buffed Fire Strike. They just buffed Fire Strike. Wow. Wow. Whoa. Hey, they buffed the minor perk, I guess, indirectly. And the major perk. I mean, this is pretty big, man. Like, this is not like... I mean, this is an important break point for 250s. Yes, that's the most important thing. So like, there's going to be every now and then in a game, you're just going to get a kill you wouldn't otherwise get, which that's pretty important. But the projectile speed too, man, like that's pretty big stuff. That's way like 10% speed increase. And yeah. Sure. I mean, I would have liked to maybe see reduce his shield by 100 to compensate, because the character is not bad until the pro level, and even then I don't think he's that bad necessarily. But like, I would have liked to have seen, like I said, I would have liked to have seen 100 shield removed. But I think this just means Ryan's the best tank now. I think this right now, like in this exact same moment. I think, and in most ranks anyway. Strong with BAP, yeah, but how many times are you going to have a BAP window fire strike in any rank under GM? You know what I'm saying? I'm not really worried about it. Zarya, I mean, her cleave perk is just not that good. Her other major perk is just better 100% of the time. So, I don't know, what do you do with Zarya? Reduced energy degeneration. Okay, this is fine. They nerfed her maximum damage output at high charge, so they're allowing her to kind of maintain charge a little bit more consistently versus bad matchups. But whatever. I have a lot of thoughts on Zarya. I've already talked about a great deal at Zarya. The 5-minute fix video talks about it, but it's one of the least offensive changes they could have done to Zarya. But I still think that Ryan's the tank that's eating them biggest from this patch so far, I think. Or Domina. I have to see how the Domina shield repositioning feels, and it is a major perk, so it takes a while to kick in. Okay. So far, chat, it's been like fine. Nothing super major, but fine. I think my biggest complaint is that it just feels like a lot of shifting parts, but I'm trying to think like which of these things feels like good long term. You guys know me. I'm always like the long term guy. Like Power Matrix nerf is like fine. The Rhine change, maybe the most. Like I think like this a lot. If we could just leave it here now, like we probably don't need to buff Fire Strike ever again. And then now we can afford to chop down some of his shield HP or something. I don't know. Not sure. Oh yeah, the less hazard block. That was a pretty good change too. Okay, we'll move on. You hate the hazard changes? Yeah, I think the biggest thing with hazard is it's like how much does hazard rely off of deep leap as a minor perk to perform? That's like the biggest question for me. Biggest question. Okay. Damage on Ron. Oh boy. Is this not a significant increase though? Maybe not. I'll have to go test this. No knee-jerk reactions here. I would have liked to have seen a little bit a slap on the wrist for her damage output for sure though. But it's one of those things that like I can hate it as a balance change because his character is such a noob stomper. But I mean, this is what we wanted for the long-term health of the character. This is what we wanted, at least part of what we wanted, or what I wanted anyway. It's one of the things that I wanted. But yeah, we'll have to test it. We'll see. Maybe remove from M2. That would be cool. Yeah, we'll wait and see. It's a half measure.
Just want to drop my sub.
What's up, Christian? Thank you for the sub, dude. Yeah, to me, it's like half measures are fine as long as we continually iterate. I've always been a defender of half measures. I know people hate them, and I understand why. The job's only half done, but it's like when they buffed they gave Ram base Vengeful Vortex. I was like, yeah, I don't love Ram either, but I'm like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, so maybe now we need to keep an eye on her performance and then nerf her damage output a little bit, or nerf her like nerf her like fan damage or something. Like her damage is not even that high; it's just a combo potential. It's the same thing. While I was like, hey, maybe we need to nerf Ryan's shield a little bit here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not playing favorites here, right? I like Ryan a lot better than I like Onron. So, okay, Ash, just nerf her fall off, dude. Again, just revert the freaking fall off. Or if they're gonna do perk changes, they really need to buff the They need to buff the non-dynamite perk, I guess. Double-barreled minor perk, knockback reduction of second shot removed. Okay, so it's better. Major perk, ammo gain removed. That's the DOT one. They go tick, tick, and they go tick, tick, tick. Air burst, major perk, ammo gain increased. Okay, so they're just trying to make the other perks more appealing. Yep. Bastion. What do you change with Bastion? Maybe just a slight slap on the wrist. I don't think he's that oppressive, man. I don't want to hear it. Like, what do you change about Bastion? I don't know. There's like a lot of things you could change, but armored artillery. Wait, which one is armored artillery? Aw, that was kind of fun. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Okay, let me defend it. Let me defend it with one statement. I think ult perks are really problematic, just because they're very difficult to balance, because they're so infrequently useful, and they feel like they have to be so overtuned to be useful. So I will defend the concept of removing an ultimate perk for any hero. Yeah, I understand. So I'm not going to flip out of this one, but yeah. They're just very difficult to balance. And this is a fine perk. The weird thing about this perk, though, is this perk would be a lot more useful if you could combine it with the other minor perk. I don't know if you choose this perk very much, if at all, because this would be good if your grenade cooldown was shorter. But the only way your grenade cooldown is shorter is if you choose the other minor perk. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, this definitely removes some of the fun factor and the variety with a hero, and I don't think this necessarily replaces it. So if you're complaining about this, I get it. I actually think this takes a lot of the choice out of his perks. Bastion's not fun to play against well. I mean, yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, sometimes, but I mean, it helps Cat Bastion a little bit, or the nerf a little bit, because Armored Artillery was relatively useful for Cat Bastion as a defensive cooldown. I think perk stacks with major perk? What? What perk stacks with major perk? You're talking about his primary fire when he goes the big boom boom, but that's not his tactical grenade. That's his, yeah. I don't know. Cassidy, I mean, Silver Bullet. And Cassidy's perks are a total train wreck. Like, he's got Double Hinder, which is one of the better minor perks in the DPS cast. It's not, like, insanely OP. It's just very good. And the other perk is one of the worst. It's literally a Z tier perk. And then the other major perk is, like, actually decent. The roll heal one is, like, good. But the problem is that Silver Bullet's, like, top 5, top 6 perk in the game. So, yeah, we will see. Even the odds, minor perk. Oh, they buffed the healing. Crazy, guys. Now it's time to choose Double Hinder 100% of the time, whereas before you choose it 100% of the time. This is like the Ramatra one. I don't know why they do this. I really don't know why this. I don't know if there isn't enough development time to fix it, so they just want to like nominally do something because people otherwise would complain. I mean, really, honestly, guys, I'm not even being cynical here. That might actually be what they're doing. They're like, yeah, like we really don't have time to like come up with another minor perk, but we'll just kind of like we'll give people some encouragement that like maybe you can try it or maybe you can do something funny with it or something. And, like this perk is. Like you would literally have to buff this to like 100 healing per second to compete with Double Hinder. It's an ult perk, which we've already talked about that. It's a situation where you're basically going to get one shot or not get one shot, period. Although in theory, the damage reduction does benefit healing a little bit, but it's just not good, man. It's just not good. This is terrible. Like Double Hinder is just good. Like, you cannot make this perk redeemable without absolutely hilariously breaking it. What if it gave overhealth? Could be. That would be better. Yeah. It would still probably not be as good as Double Hinder, but no. There's just no way that this perk, like, it cracks it up because they have to know this. I know they know this. I know they know that this isn't going to change anything. Same thing with the Ram perk. I know they know it. But yeah. Man. Dude, this is also affected by the passive too. So you're not even getting 40 healing per second. Oh my days. All right, Silver Bullet. Bleed total damage reduced from 70 to 50. Duration reduced from 2.5 to 1.5 seconds. So the burst damage is actually better. I don't know if this is a buff or nerf in terms of the duration. It's like, I think it's the same ticking. Yeah, it's just, I think it's the same. It's like about the same DOT. Yeah. Yeah, it's about the same DOT, just slightly faster damage per second if my math is correct. But yeah, it's a nerf, and it's a good nerf. I mean, 20 damage is a big deal. That definitely affects breakpoints a lot. It doesn't really affect tank pressure that much, but it definitely affects breakpoints a lot. I don't know if that I would choose the other perks still, but I'm way more cautious about it than I am with even odds. Like, the other perk is actually fine. Like, it's actually pretty good. And there's situations where you want Fan the Hammer, like not always, but occasionally. And now this is just 20 damage less, so it's like, yeah, could be. I wouldn't say 100% of the time. I'd say 90, 85, 80. I don't know. I'd have to experiment with this more. It has slightly higher DPS, like slightly higher DPS. But yeah, this is better. Yeah. Yeah, Tracer would still be one shot if she's headshot. Yeah, because it's 190. But yeah, okay. This is hilarious. This is reasonable. Echo. I mean, it's still the flight reset perk. Like, it's not a terrible perk, but it's again on elimination perk. So, ultimate charge, partial scan. Wow, whoa. Hang on, chat. What is the other minor perk? Is it the flight reset? Okay, weird. This is a pretty big nerf, I think. Not like a major nerf, but it was already like an ult pull perk, so it's like meh. But I guess the flight reset one is just so like meh that you're probably still picking this one, but not because it's like ridiculously OP. It's just like the other perk just isn't good. But full salvo, projectiles reduced from 3 to 2. Wait, what does that mean? Like each thing has 2 instead of 3? Yeah, Echo's good. No, Echo's statistically fine. Echo's good. And the thing with Echo as well is Echo hit a massive power spike when she reached her major perk. So there's certain areas at points in the game where Echo was very, very, very strong. This doesn't affect Echo's performance much until she gets to that major perk, and you're still probably choosing full salvo most of the time. Yeah, this is fine. This is good nerf. Anybody that says otherwise is just crazy. This perk was ridiculous. If you were saying, oh well, I think Echo's not is too bad if she relies on it too much, fine. Then I would say the same argument where that nerf then justifies a buff in some other fashion. Because she was so freaking reliant off of this perk for her performance. Absolutely ridiculous in 5v5 and 6v6. Yeah. And she hasn't been a bad hero in a long time. She's just not, she has a high skill floor. And there are certain matchups that feel toxic. Okay. Emre. I think the ult minor perk is still like far, far worse than the movement speed. But I'm not really sure what they'll do with that. Emre's ult cost increased. Okay, sure. I'm not really sure. Like, I don't have the stats on that. Spylo can't read? What? Can't read what? Genji. I mean, he's pretty good performance-wise. I'm always going to ask for a lower CD on deflect, but I don't think they're going to be able to do that. Yes! Wait, they buffed meditation? Dude, this character was not bad. They should have just buffed deflect and left meditation as it is. Meditation's fine. There's an actual choice with major perk now because they buffed the dash perk and the melee perk. Or which one's the major perk? I can't remember. Is it the melee one? No, Genji's fine until like GM champ. He hasn't been bad in a long time. The dash bleed. Dude, this is crazy. Even with the passive, like that's a lot more seconds. And also it happens more frequently. I think this is 100% pick rate basically now. But I do like the deflect reduction. I think it's more, this is good. Meditation is cheeks, only overthinkers like it. That is a big cap. Massively increases your sustain and duels. Massively. Even if you don't even use the full deflect duration. Captain Redstorm, thank you for the sub. I think there was a very good decision between choosing dash perk or meditation because there's a lot of situations where the dash perk like changed your breakpoints versus targets. But you're crazy if you think that the deflect was new bait, especially now. Especially now. False, he was bad. I mean, the statistics are public, man. You can there's even ones that hold historical data. So all the way up to Masters and even Grandmaster. So seethe and cope. But that being said, I am glad the deflect cooldown. I've always hated when they increased that. I would have preferred changes elsewhere. So, but it's so strange. Like it's like I don't understand why they did this. I'm thankful, but like. It's like the Ryan Firestrike buff. It's like I don't know. Interesting. I think he's gonna be really strong, man. Up until GM champ still. I think he's gonna be really strong. It's a double buff, right? So it's like, man, that seems like super aggressive. Like it's like the Onron buff. It's like Onron was already doing well. I don't know. Like I will say this though. I will be more likely to defend changes apart from a balance perspective if I like the end result of, even if it's like unbalanced, if it's like, oh, that feels so much better, then yeah, we can balance it later. I'm just surprised that they didn't like compensation nerf, you know, like surely you know that Ryan's going to be really strong now, right? Like, and we should probably slap his shield or slap Onron's fan or slap Genji just a little bit, right? Or maybe not double buff the thing, right? But I'm not going to complain when a cooldown feels better, you know? But it feels like this is like one of those things where it's like we're gonna like hot fix nerf Genji in 2 weeks. You know, it's like, bro, surely we can, right? Like I think, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Junkrat, Bon Voyage sucks. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's better. I don't think this one is like completely broken by concept. It could work. I still don't think you're choosing it, but I still don't think you're choosing it. But this one's less silly than the High Noon one and the Ramattra one. All right, go next. May. Did they buff the Spilo perk or did they remove it? Because it's an ult perk. It probably should be removed. Oh, they didn't buff the Spilo perk. Okay. Deep freeze major perk. Freeze rate increased by 30% against non-tank heroes. I mean, at least they had the wherewithal, the foresight to do non-tank heroes, so good for them. But like, this is what I talk about balance versus design. This perk was not that good against non-tanks. There are certain tank matchups where it's okay. It just wasn't that good. The Ice Block perk was just objectively better in all situations. It's too good. But I don't care. We don't need hard freeze in my video game, please. I don't want it. Go away. So Ice Block was objectively better. You should still probably choose Ice Block in most situations. But I don't want this to be a viable option. I think it's bad. I think freeze feels bad. It's not fun. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's silly. No. So frick off. This is what I'm talking about. Like this is not balanced. But I like the intent. This is maybe more balanced, but I don't like the intent. You know, What do you mean it was part of our base kit in Overwatch 1? Yes! I don't care! I don't care! People do terrible things! It's evil! It's wrong! It's not enjoyable! Mei is probably one of my favorite DPS to play. And it's not enjoyable. I speak on behalf of all Mei players everywhere. We have all banded behind me, surely. And if they don't agree with me, they're not a real Mei player. I'm gatekeeping here. I'll say it. I'll say it. I don't care. Frick off. Frick off. All I can think is the stupid edge cases where this is going to be super annoying, you know? Let the low-ranked players play the game, man. Frick off. Endothermic blaster. We did increase the range. Ah! No! 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 Hate this crap. Frick off. Again, balance versus design. I get it. Like, endothermic blaster wasn't that good. It's not that great all the time. It's kind of niche with how it's used, but it's like the most annoying, least interesting aspect of me. So, poop. Poop, 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 poop. Poop, 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 poop. Poop. Yeah. Okay, Reaper, Dire Turgis gets buffed. Or nerfed. Okay, okay. Not to be Samito here for a second. Not to be Samito here. What was the point of Season 9? Blizzard, all you did is you said you wanted to reduce and lower breakpoints here and make everybody feel a little bit more even, more cooldown treaty, more patient. We wanted to nerf burst damage. What have we done? We've reverted the only interesting and nuanced thing that you did with Season 9, which is increased health pools. We keep bringing those health pools down and leaving the very same burst damage that you wanted to avoid in the first place. In fact, you're even buffing the burst damage. Frick off!
What's the plan? What's the plan? What is the plan? What is the purpose of your existence?
Come on, man. Nobody goes, oh, that Reaper guy is too tanky. I'm being facetious. Of course, people thought that. But this is, no, let him keep his 300.
I ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me.
Dire Trigger's was too good in burst damage up close. Dire Trigger's intent was to do damage more at range, right? To give him a little bit of a skill shot that you can kind of utilize or choose, right? It's not that the health reduction in a vacuum is terribly bad, but it's like, dude, Dire Trigger's is right there. We don't need to preserve the lethality of Dire Triggers. It's fine. He doesn't need more burst damage up close. You're going. I found an old clip a long time ago of like, it was me reacting to the patch. It was like 4 years ago. It was like something about like you're going the wrong direction. You're going the wrong way. And it's like, yeah, this is what it feels like. This is like when they like nerf Soj to 225, you know, or like Also, good news here. Lingering Wraith minor perk, frick off, Soul Orb enjoyers. You're just wrong again. And by the way, you're still not choosing Soul Orb. You're still choosing movement speed penalty. So, frick off anybody that defended that perk. Now, all the hubris aside, Reaper is going to be more punishing. This is a nerf to Reaper. It's a needed nerf to Reaper. I just really, like, joking aside, I really strongly would have preferred Dire Triggers to be hammered, because I do think that the burst damage that the character had along with his survivability was the problem. But I don't think that every character needs to have their burst damage preserved and the survivability nerfed. I think that's been the default choice a lot of the time, right? I mean, we've seen that with Vendetta, we've seen that with Sojourn, we've seen that with Freya, we've seen that with Wu Yang, we've seen that with Kiriko, we've seen that with Brigitte up until the recent shield buff. Like, a lot of the times, I guess Brigitte's not the best example, but like a lot of times, like they're more than willing to leave like the identity of the burst or the Dire Triggers, which they gave him. But it's like Reaper's been 300 HP for 2.5 years, and it's been fine. We introduce a new mechanic, which is not necessarily bad for range purposes, But the problem with dire triggers is that it had unintended, I assume, consequences of buffing his damage up close. And instead of addressing that, we just nerfed the thing that has been basically fine for 2.5 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's kind of my problem. It's like when they nerfed Lucio beat. And it's like, dude, Lucio beat has been fine for years. It's only a problem because of the amp duration with the perk, whatever, you know? So, anyway. Seething and coping aside, I would have liked that change a lot better. And I hope that explains why. Sierra! Every change is to remove all characters' weaknesses? No, I don't like that statement at all. No, that's not at all. Like, they're actually just, they're giving Reaper more of a weakness in a direction that I think he had a bit of a more unique identity in. You know, it'd be like if they gave like Mei like more headshot damage and nerfed her to 275 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not at all what's happening here. That's just a lazy statement. Sorry. Give him the chance to give him dire triggers at all? Well, giving him a skill shot on a cooldown is fine. You don't have to, it's not removing his weakness. This character isn't a poke character. The thing that makes Reaper broken is not dire triggers range. It's the fact that it actually does a ridiculous amount of damage up close, in addition to the fact that he already did a ridiculous amount of damage up close. Yeah, I understand the skill shot thing, but like the dire triggers wasn't just broken because of its range. It's because it was good in all circumstances. There was never a choice about when or where to use dire triggers. You just used it. And in close range, medium range, long range, any range. It doubles down on his strengths. That's what made dire triggers strong. The problem is not that, oh, they're nerfing his weakness. There is no situation where dire triggers doesn't do better. It does everything better. It made his strength stronger. Sierra's projectile size is large relative to fire rate, making her weapon too consistent, reducing projectile size, lowers the consistent improvement, anchors drone response, mobility. Nice. This is good. This is desperately needed. Tight grip, minor perk, improved weapon sped, reduced from 100% to 70% faster. Okay. Locked in, not only provides increased attack speed when tracking shot hits an enemy hero. Okay. 2 good changes. Nice. Base projectile reduced. Good. Way too easy to spam. I've talked about this. I mean, you guys have seen me playing on stream. The character doesn't even need to aim half the time. Just aimed at like head height and then just bullets hit everybody's head for some reason. This character does an absolutely ridiculous amount of damage at range because of these projectile sizes. This is really good. Drone deploy speed increased. Drone deploy range increased. Drone grapple range increased. Good stuff. Nice job. Thumbs up. They nerfed compensation buff, the thing that felt bad about the character that leaned into her character identity. Pretty good. We'll have to go and test it, but on paper, the intent of what they're doing here makes a lot of sense, and they also, the nerfs of the perks were also really nice too. It's not enough. I mean, sure. Okay, I don't know. I have no idea. But like, given the amount of development time that they gave, like, then this seems like okay. Okay, like let's not be like bitter buttholes about this, right? Like, of course, I'm gonna rant and rave about stuff I don't like. I'm gonna rant and rave stuff about that I do like. You know? Okay, cool. I like the intent. Nice job. Let's not just sit here and be miserable all the time. You know? I can be miserable about things that are miserable and like the things that I like. Good job. I like it. Sojourn. I don't know what they do with Sojourn. I really don't know. Without like more of a rework mindset, you know? I don't know. Max energy gain from friction generators? Okay, sure. I mean, double slide, I don't think this perk was bad. In fact, I had a conversation with Sunshine Bread today about this perk. I think this perk is situationally and ranked when you're not repositioning a whole lot. Like, okay, it's like fine. Because the thing with double slide is it's like there are certain situations in ranked and certain maps when you really aren't using your slide all that much. Like there's no real reason to deepen your angle. You're not really getting dove. And so one slide is more than enough. And just going into a lane, peaking an angle already with 50 charge just allows you to win that duel so much more. Like it dramatically increases your ability to win duels. And I think that's kind of underrated a little bit. This just double downs on that. So this is not going to really affect her pro play that much because I think double slide's too important for pro play. Tracer. Okay, sure. That's fine. It's a good nerf. It was a very, very good perk, especially when you utilize it at the higher levels. It's maybe a little bit heavy-handed, but yeah, okay, sure. And thank you for nerfing a... Tracer is decent. I thank you for nerfing the perks and not nerfing the character. So Vertical loss does make positioning sometimes harder. Yep, true. There's some maps where you miss the verticality too. Vendetta? What did they do to Vendetta? Did they just, I mean, did they increase her animation speeds at all? Ultimate cost reduced. Okay. Movement speed boost per stack increased. Maximum duration increased. Is this a reversion or is it somewhere in between? I don't like Onslaught that much. I don't hate it, but I really don't like it that much because it leads to a lot of in between. Okay. Because I don't like the inconsistency of like how she moves. I would way prefer it if they just increased her animation flowing. And the animation speed of like tossing your sword. Like it's such a no-brainer to me. So I don't like this very much. I don't hate it. I'm not gonna freak out, but I would have far preferred an animation speed increase to her sword toss so that you can actually reliably move around the map. That's active choice. This is passive. And that's also very inconsistent, right? It's like if they made Genji dramatically increase his movement speed depending on the thing, but then they left dash in a clunky spot, right? So duration buff is probably the nicer thing about it, or one of the nice things about it, but I don't know. I would have just preferred a faster sword toss. That's it. So you can actually use it mid-fight, you know? So shift, yeah, super shift, yeah. So this is like this is like just a nothing burger change in terms of design. It's just a balance thing, so whatever. Okay. Support. I mean, it has to be an on a buff, right? Like I would love a passive change. Oh. Yeah, I mean, if you were gonna nerf any aspect of Ana. Okay, I'm trying to be fair though. Like to be fair, if you were going to nerf any aspect of Ana, it would 100% be this. It would. So I would have liked if they'd actually given her a functional passive, but like, you know, if you were going to nerf any aspect of Ana, it would be this. So the headshot perk. Yeah, you could nerf that too. True. That's true. Yeah, you could nerf the headshot perk as well. Although if you did, I don't know, man. Ana's in a tricky spot with perks, to be honest. Yeah, there's a lot of combos. This isn't, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Moving on. Brigitte. I mean, she just has two of this perk choices that you just choose 100% of the time. That's probably what's going to get changed here. Yeah, okay, so they try to change the Whiplash perk. I still don't think you choose it, but it's not a bad perk. EDI, do we get another compensation buff? Or do they buff her major perk heal thing? Oh, they buff her minor perk. Okay, cooldown reduction increase from 1.5 to 2 seconds. I don't think this perk is terrible. Because if it gets destroyed, then you get it back like 1.5 seconds faster. But people also, if I remember correctly, it also means that if you manually destroy your turret, it allows you to reposition it a little bit faster. So it's not like a trash perk. It's just not very good. Jetpack Cat. We kind of already know what this is from the blog. Transport shielding duration reduced from 5 to 3 seconds. Maximum shields. I don't really love this. The reason why is that it wasn't really. I mean, okay, I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't hate it because it's like it's still going to be the perk you'd probably choose when you are carrying people. Also, frick off to you guys that said that this perk was really OP or really underpowered and that I was overrating it. I freaking told you guys that one person in Twitch chat, you know who you are. The problem with this perk was that you just aren't always carrying people. But 225, 75 shields on a character with 225 with that slim of a hitbox playing at that big of a distance is very strong. Very strong. So this is an understandable nerf. Totally fine. And it does affect the Cat Bastion strategy. Headbutt, speed threshold to activate lowered. No longer refunds fuel. Damage increased. Okay. Do you still... I think you still choose Scratch, though. Unfortunately. I think you still choose Scratch. Because Headbutt is too awkward. I don't think you choose this still. Frenetic Flight, fuel regeneration penalty while carrying a target increased. So you're able to reposition a lot less when you're carrying a target. That matters a lot more in pro play, which has a lot more of Bastions kind of going in and out. This will be a nerf to Cat Bastion. This will be a nerf to Cat Bastion. Damage and healing increase from 4 to 4.5 per pellet. The reason why they're doing this is because they're nerfing all of the other aspects of the character. So if you don't have something that you're carrying, then you need to be able to compensate by doing something elsewhere. I mean, this is just why Cat is tricky to balance, though, because so much of her value is front-loaded into the concept of repositioning targets. And if you don't reposition targets, then a lot of what you can do to the game just isn't all that useful. Will it completely kill Catsion? I don't know. I mean, probably, because pros are notoriously fickle when it comes to niche comps. Like, they'll abandon it the slight chance that they don't need to play it anymore. And Bastion also got his ult perk nerfed, which was definitely a reasonably important part. But yeah. I think it will be enough to where people are probably not going to play very much Cat Bastion in outside of niche situations, which kind of felt like it was already kind of the case anyway. I don't really know. I have no idea. My guess is this is definitely a nerf to Bastion, Cat Bastion, a noticeable nerf to Cat Bastion. Will it kill the comp? No idea. No idea. But yeah. Juno. I think both of her minor perks are okay. I don't think the heal one is actually that bad. Locking onto targets faster is like not bad. It's not terrible, but it's gonna have to be the continual shooting, right? Tied to her glide boost, probably. Yeah, they buffed it. Okay. 20 to 22, sure. I'm not a big fan of the perk as a whole. It feels a little clunky, but it's a 10% damage and healing increase. So maybe there's situations when you're not really repositioning that much and you got a big fat target to shoot. Maybe it's situationally okay. I still think triple jumps. Yeah, of course, triple jump's gonna be better like 95% of the time still, but this is a perk now that like, okay, maybe there's that one situation where you can use it. I want to make sure there's a very big difference between this and Cassidy's High Noon buff, or the Ramatra, Nemesis form buff, right? This is not a terrible perk. It's not a good perk, but it's not terrible. And now it's like, okay, well, yeah, maybe there's a situation where you pick it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not an F tier perk, So, Lifeweaver. I think all of his perks are okay. I mean, all of his perks are okay. Some are definitely better than others. Probably needs a nerf, which is one of our things that we asked for. Ultimate cost increased. Overhealth conversion rate reduced from 50. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Moisey. Probably going to get a slap on the wrist. I would like a slap on the wrist. Okay, so they buffed the chain boost. Okay. Wait. Okay, so they nerfed damage boost. They buffed chain boost because that was the worst major perk, I think, by a little bit. The double flash heal wasn't like OP or anything necessarily. Kind of wasn't like insanely broken, but it was definitely felt like chain boost was like the less pick perk. Ultimate cost increase. Okay, sure. I'm nice to see the damage boost nerf. That's always nice. Ultimate cost increased, sure. I don't know what her ultimate regeneration was like. I never really have a big opinion on this because it's something that I don't have really the statistics on. Flash heal left alone. I mean, yeah, but like I'm not gonna sit here and complain about damage boost necessarily being nerfed, frankly. So sure, either that or a slight flash heal slap on the wrist is fine. I'm down with either. It's a nerf to Mercy. That's fine with me. Mizuki. What would you nerf? Maybe just his heal aura, or maybe his perk, maybe his ult regeneration rate or something. I don't know. Skissy, you really didn't like the changes? What'd you not like about them? I mean, they didn't nerf her movement. So... Anyway, okay. Mizuki. Katashiro return, cooldown reduced, duration increased. Ooh, that's a big buff. That's a big buff. The 12 to 11 is pretty decent, but like the duration that's a long time, man. Double buff is kind of crazy, no? Double buff is crazy, no? And it does buff the major perk. True. 5.5 second speed boost. I wouldn't have mind. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. This seems like a lot. It seems like a lot. I know people complain about the Katashiro return timing, but to me that was kind of part of the downside of the cooldown. And a whole second, that's a big deal, right? That's a pretty big percentage increase from a 4.5 second duration CD here. I don't know. Seems like a lot. Seems like a lot. Seems like a double buff there. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Jinning, thank you for the sub. This is also buff to his passive. Well, you can play more aggressively, I guess, so you can keep your uptime a little higher. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I never really felt like Katashiro return needed that much of a duration increase. Maybe 5 seconds, half second's enough, but I don't know. Especially since they allowed you to like actually use your abilities and then go back. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really have a strong opinion, so I won't sit here and freak out like somebody in chat I'm sure wants me to. Yeah. Okay, Moira. What does Moira need? They probably just need to allow you to heal yourself during your ult perk, because it's like it's really annoying that you can choose healer damage, but then if you go damage, you just die. We'll see. Biodegore is limited by the mobility. Biodegore damage per second increased. Healing increased. Wow, they just...
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
Triple buff. Why not? It's better than buffing Suckmore, that's true. Maybe, yeah. But wow, and they were not careful with it. 50 to 60 is big daddy. 65 to 75 is also pretty big daddy. And then ceiling peak is uncle. Like, wow. That's a lot, man. That's a great deal here. I mean, Moira's not like OP or anything, but she's just one of those characters like Roadhog that you just gotta be really careful about what you do with. And you're gonna notice this. You're going to notice this here. She was the worst here in the game by a large margin. I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think that was true. Yeah, we will see. Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. Wu Yang. We rewind healing and the major perk increase from 50%. Okay, to 100%. Okay. Dot, thank you for the sub.
Oh, I missed most of the patch.
That's all right. It's an unusual patch. It's an unusual patch. There are some things that I really do like, and there's some things that I don't fully understand. I don't know. Okay, here's a question for you guys. If you had to buff Moira, what would you buff? What would you buff? What would you buff? Nothing. I think that healing per second on Biotic Orb is absolutely something that they should buff. I think it's totally fine. I think that that's probably much weaker than it needed to be, given the fact that she is more of a raw numbers character. I think that's probably pretty fair, no? I think they could have buffed the perk for her ult perk so that she gets self-healing when she's using her raw damage. I mean, 250 HP is a big buff, but I've never been against Moira at 250 HP. Especially if they were to compensation nerf elsewhere if they were concerned about it. I feel like the character does better when the duels are more patient and ratty. It makes you feel less bursty. 250 would make her feel unkillable in 1v1s. Well, do you guys remember what they did? If I remember correctly, I'd have to look at the patch notes. They nerfed it to 225 and increased her lifesteal. I don't like that. That's a big buff to lower rank Moiras and a nerf to higher rank Moiras. Because it's more of an aim check, right? So I would have preferred them to revert that change. Put her back at 250. Don't let her lifesteal be that good. This feels like a Reaper-esque change where it's like, oh, this character is struggling. So instead of giving them their health back to where they should be, because like I look at Moira as more of like a brawl support anyway, like short range support, right? Let's make her 225 and just make her orbs for some reason do a ridiculous amount of damage. I would like 250 and then nerf her lifesteal, buff her orb, and do nothing else. I just look at Moira as more of a patient resource trade character, you know? Where you're rewarded with good movement and taking duels patiently, you know? Lifesteal plus medic passive, yeah, she doesn't need more HP, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. You guys gotta listen. You guys gotta listen. You gotta listen. Nerfing her effective survivability that isn't correlated with just turning off your brain and sucking a target. You gotta listen, guys. You gotta listen. When you have a 250 HP healing character, 250 HP character, that person's HP is the survivability, not as much as the lifesteal, which then means that burst damage affects Moira less, but sustained damage affects Moira more, which means that the longer the duel goes, if you have decent enough aim, you can burn down a Moira. Lower ranked players are going to struggle to kill a 225 HP Moira because she's just going to out-heal all of their inconsistent DPS. The supports are indeed lacking bulkier options, and Moira struggles to play in the ranges that feel natural with the character. This would, if anything, make her be less of a noob stomper if she went to 250, and make her more consistent in higher ranks, where burst damage just instantly kills you as Moira. You know? And my point being is that they are going to, whether you think they should or not, they're not going to let maybe the worst support in the game stay in the gutter for forever. Although they will with BAP, I guess. So you choose your poison here. That's why I asked, what would you buff about Moira? You can't be like, oh, just don't. Sorry, you don't get that luxury. What would you buff about Moira? You know? So I agree with the healing per second change in Orb. I never really feel like Orb healing is that strong, as strong as it could be. So I don't know. So anyway. Anyway. Core game updates, top 3 preferred heroes, the roster. I'm not going to have an opinion on this. We need to go try it out. Map voting. Maps on offer should be much less likely to be maps you played within the last 5 matches. This is good. I think this is a little bit of force variety is not a bad thing. Looking at you, Echo Sticky Bombs are trading cards. Added many new fake names, ... You skipped Wu Yang? I already talked about Wu Yang. You guys missed it. Sure. And then a bunch of stadium stuff. We'll look at the bug fixes really quick here because I've learned that we've missed a couple of things with bug fixes before. Holy stadium. Oh my gosh. Is Hunter still here? This is all your fault, dude. This is all... Oh my gosh! Ah! Holy crap! Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the Suzu thing is. I'm not really sure. Any of these important? Like massively important? I'm seeing these. Oh, this is actually not that important, but I did notice the Athena's voice actor would incorrectly say the lead had been lost, pushed, and teams were tied. Yeah, I have noticed that a lot. Okay. Ram shield bug, right. Okay. Well, this is a big one. This is a big one. Geez, I don't even know what to say. So much to talk about here. I felt like there were some things that I liked long term for sure. Even if they tweaked the balance, like the Genji change, the on-run change, the Rhine change. You know, some of the perks I think that definitely needed to get nerfed, got nerfs, and that's always good. Some things were questionable intently, like the Reaper change really was rough. I don't love the May freeze thing. The Sarah was good. Vendetta like just doesn't really go anywhere. Jetpack Cat was probably pretty reasonable. Some decent nerfs across the board. Stuff like the Moira one, it's like, man, really, is that really damage orb that significant a buff? Is that really the only thing that we can buff with Moira? So I don't agree with all the changes. It was a fine patch, I suppose. I don't really have a strong opinion. It definitely feels like there's yeah, I don't know, C+, B-, is what it is. Is what it is. We'll have to let some of these things cook before we have a strong opinion. I think the one thing that is a little unusual to me is that I look at some of these changes, and I feel like I foresee a change in like the next patch. Like it feels like it's just some of these things are just going to be reverted or compensation buffed or compensation nerfed. And I feel like that feels fairly predictable. Maybe I'm wrong. But I would predict that. And that would be my main question. Is like, do we not see that that's probably like the Rhine buff, right? Like, or the Genji buff. It's like, this is going to get reverted, right? Like, or some aspect, not reverted, but like, they're going to, I don't know. We'll see. The Mizuki, right? Like Mizuki, like surely Mizuki is going to get a slap on the wrist next patch, right? Like we could see that coming. No? We could see that coming. No? And Moira, right? Like Moira, like they're going to like take a shot. Actually, this doesn't make any sense, but like one of these things is going to get reverted. One of these things is going to get reverted, almost certainly, to some extent, next patch. I might be wrong. I really might be wrong. I hope that I am. But I feel like one of these is going to be nerfed. Like we surely, right? So like, then why are we doing it? Then why are we overcooking? You know? It's like I think I can see the future, and I think this is going to be reverted. So then why would we push all three at the same time then? So it feels like some of these changes are like pretty sure that this is going to be, I like the intent, like no on-run compensation nerf, right? Like, I mean, are we, is on-run, isn't, like, maybe this is not as big of a buff, I think. We'll have to go try it. But some of these feel like there's just going to be like, I don't know. Anyway, that's all. We'll go try it out. Enjoy Shion. We'll see how it goes. Any questions here? Do you think there's any chance it's intentionally overshooting to steer community sentiment or pick rates anyway? I think that's a great question. My problem with that is that I don't think a large enough percentage of the player base reads patch notes. Like, let's be generous here. 10%? 15%? Right? Now, maybe that's enough to change a small percentage of community opinion, but I think, like, I don't think that they're, like, I think there are with, like, pro perception, and there's definitely, like, people, like, are going to watch flats or me and read patch notes and develop opinions, sure. But I don't know. I think the primary objective is not necessarily visibility, as you said, but that's a great question, and I don't really have the answer to that. Was there anything interesting in the patch notes regarding Stave? No idea. But I might be wrong with that. Maybe you are right. That's a good question. Is that they're overcooking to get people to like pay attention to stuff, you know? No idea. Freya's a tricky one, Abby. Throw Freya and the long list of heroes that are kind of left in the gutter because they're just too damaging to be better. So, anyway, I would say this patch is, I have a lot of questions. I have no knee-jerk reactions, mostly a lot of questions, and we'll have to wait and see how things go. No, Magister, frick off. No, I understand that nickel and dime, but I don't necessarily agree with that approach. Like, I don't think you need to artificially force a Moira meta because Moira hasn't had a very high performance for a while. Moira already now, same thing with Reinhardt, frankly, and Genji. These characters already have high pick rates, period. And in many situations aren't that bad. So I don't think that's necessarily true here. Like, I do think that, I mean, Alec Dawson has always said that, like, they definitely change things up a little bit for the meta, which is like, okay, I understand that. But this is a triple buff on a character that already has a high pick rate in most of the game. You know? So I don't think that necessarily checks out here. And I don't think that they're trying to make a Moira meta by any means. Right? I don't think that that's the case. At least at the high levels, you know? So we will see. So draw your own conclusions. Think about it, what I said. And I'm going to think about what I said too. And more importantly, experiment with it. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I like the Genji changes from I like the way that the deflect feels on a shorter CD. So I'm not going to complain about that. But I do think that that's going to probably noticeably buff his performance. And it's like another one of those things where it's like, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I don't think if it's a triple buff, since you can only pick damage or heal orbs, it's tied to the same CD. Yeah, no, I understand that. But it's still in all situations of which you're choosing orb, it's a noticeable buff. And that's a cooldown that comes up pretty frequently here too. So. Wyatt, thank you for the gifted subs. But yeah, draw your own conclusions and go experiment. And most importantly, let's hope that... Wait, I can't connect. Most importantly, let's hope that Shion is fun. Thank you very much for the gifted subs, mate. Thank you very much. That was very generous of you. Let's try and relaunch Overwatch again here. Looks like they're conducting a maintenance. Yeah, I think we're down, guys. I think we're down. Nice, Arkenstone. Well done. Congratulations on GM, mate. Am I playing the game now? I'm going to try to. Chris.
Nile, just parrot what you say.
That's fine. Oh, a gifted sub. Frick off. You rewarded bad behavior. Yikes. The bike throw does so much damage. Uh-oh. That's what I was concerned about. We'll see. We'll see. Take care, Abby. Sleep well, mate. Yeah, I'm not connecting, guys, so I think the servers might be down. There's a... I know that they said they're in like a live maintenance or something, so I think we might just have to wait. Is anybody else unable to log in? Is this like an NA thing? Like, I'm not getting a queue. I'm just not able to log in. Nobody? I am updated. Yeah, pre-release content updated. Downloaded. Try launching and then quitting to force an update. Well, I'll show you guys. This is what I'm seeing here. You see it? You're getting that too? Okay, good to know. Well, I have restarted 3 or 4 times. Yeah, pet review is just on region Europe. Can I force launch a different region? I didn't know if that was still a thing anymore. Nothing for Europe. If it's even launching in Europe. Close launcher and reboot. Oh, okay, now Battle.net's not even loading. Battle.net update agent went to sleep. Wait. Now I don't have the warning anymore. Wait. Wait, now I do. Hang on. Let's try this again. I love the side quests that happen in my Twitch chat. I provoke such interesting conversation that half the time I'll be talking about like the weather, and somebody's having like this intense conversation about the ramifications of the Napoleonic Wars, and I have no idea where that came from or why. But you know, I it's just I've got I've got like the freaking, what is it, like the Greek learning centers in my Twitch chat. So yeah, you guys are all philosophers. Well, if you're a Moira or a Mercy main, a Roadhog main, I wanna connect. No, I wanted connect. Ah. Balloons Tower Defense 4. How does this patch affect LeBron's legacy? Completely crushes it. LeBron tries to log in without failing to check the patch server. What a noob error. The sharpshooter perk refunds cooldown and oh. That's what I was questioning. Whether it affected her bike. Or whether it just affected her her little dashy dash. Could you do a patch notes review for Balloons Tower Defense 6? I used to look at Balloons Tower Defense 6 patch notes, unironically. Do I want to log into your account? Yes, let's do that. Give me your account details, credit card info, and your blood type. Thank you. My game version is 2.22. It should be 2.23. Really? Why would it be 2.2? It's patched. What? Pre-release content downloaded. That would be so weird. Wait, check for updates? Yeah, okay. That is really weird. Go, okay, everybody in the world, launch your BattleNet for me really fast. Right where it says play, where does it say? Does it say 2.23? Okay, so I clicked check for updates, and it's not doing anything. Don't use BattleNet? Well, I don't have it on Steam. Scan and repair? Let's try a scan and repair. Weird. Huh. Hang on. Weird. Yeah, I don't know why I'm on the wrong version. It normally updates itself. I also click scan for updates, and it's like, oh, yep, you're updated. I'm like, no, I'm not. It still says 2.22. I've never had this issue before. And I am restarting BattleNet every single time. It restarts, because when I close down BattleNet, it closes down the app entirely. I mean, I can pull up Task Manager, but weird. All right, well, I'm scanning and repairing, and we'll try again in a second. Vibe coding for anything yet? What is vibe coding? Why wouldn't you play Overwatch on Steam? I mean, I just prefer Battle.net. I don't like how Steam is always having to run in the background. A formal review of the map? Yeah, sure. I'd like to play it without reviewing it for a while and then do like a quick scan over, but yeah. Scan and repair work for me? Okay. But yeah, we will do a map review at some point. Not just like a critique, but offer some ideas of how to play it, maybe. Okay, AI coding. Okay. I need some water. Give me a second, chat. Okay. Oh wait, is it updating now? Might be updating now, chat. No, it's not. 2.22. What? Did you guys say just try to download it through Steam? Let me make sure it's not running in the background. Hang on a second. Task manager. Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, guys, it's not updating. I can do it through Steam. That would take some time. How long would it take, do you reckon? Yeah, I task managered Battle.net just in case, but yeah, it's just not patching. Try swapping accounts, okay. It's not the PC. PC won't change it. It's Battle.net. My download's pretty fast, so we will see. Let's try this. Let's try my other account and see if it works. Conducting live maintenance. I saw that too, but live maintenance and struggling in my game not patching is different things. I don't know if they're conducting live maintenance in the patch servers, but that's not the same thing historically as, to my knowledge, as live maintenance of the patch. If that makes sense. That's like in-game stuff. It's just... yeah, other account didn't work. Frick, man. Yeah, I've done that backflip. We've restarted client, we've scanned and repaired, we've checked for updates, I've forced closed control, task manager, Battle.net, we've reloaded into a different client. It's still 2.22. Did I close the update manager? What? What do you mean the update manager? PC restart time? No, it's not my PC. PC restart wouldn't change anything, to my knowledge. And that would be a huge, huge hurdle. Battle.net update manager? Oh, yeah. I closed everything Battle.net related. Watch. Get some more darts to throw at the wall? Yeah. Just uninstall and reinstall? Frick, man. Am I gonna really have to do that? Okay, well, we could try that then. Uninstall. Uninstall, reinstall work for me. Okay. Rubes, thank you for the sub. Well, you guys have any questions while we're waiting? Like, we're gonna install. Try this again. Wait, are we already done? Wait, hang on. Dude, it's not working. Oh my days. Yep, still 2.22, baby. Pre-release content downloaded. Let's try Steam. Let's try Steam. No, live Overwatch. Yeah, there's no, you're right. Yeah, no. No, I'm on my main account, game version, live Overwatch, region, still 2.22. Let's see, are we downloading? Okay, it's downloading content right now, so we can see. Yeah, I don't really want to do anything drastic here. Like, I don't want to, like, because I really don't want to do some crazy jump through all these hoops here, restart my because it's like, dude, it's just not working. It's just not working. You know, like, I don't want to start tweaking a bunch of things when the thing just isn't working. It's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to mess with something accidentally because I'm trying to delete System 32. Right. I don't want to, like, mess something up because I'm trying to fix something that's not on my end. Time to play another game then? Well, we're downloading on Steam and we're already 10% of the way done. You see the tracer skin bug? No. What does that mean? Oh my gosh. That is hideous. That's great. Yeah, I'm stuck in 2.22 as well. Reddit hotfix thread review while it downloads. Is there another one? Frick off, dude. We just did one. We just did one. You can link it. We can look at it, I guess, while we're waiting. There's no way it's any good, though. Last one was good. Review the dev stream. Yeah, we can look at the dev stream. Was there anything interesting from the dev stream? I mean, okay, that's dumb, of course. But it was like, is there anything major? Yeah, the game isn't patching. Frick. BattleNet update agent. end task. We already did this, but we'll do it for the third time because you know what they say. If at first you don't succeed, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Thank you, with Wayne. Yeah, maybe I need to uninstall BattleNet. Yeah, maybe I uninstalled BattleNet. Good shout. All right, hang on, guys. Guys. This is the strategy. Uninstall BattleNet. Guys. What a genius idea. BattleNet. Uninstall. Okay. Wait. Install BattleNet. I'm glad I'm not the only one, though. Download BattleNet. I uninstalled and reinstalled Overwatch, but that didn't work. So now let's just start from the scratch. Uninstalling and reinstalling BattleNet makes more sense, I think, than some of the other things that we're... Okay, Queenie. Ooh. That's rough, Queenie. Queenie can't even freaking reinstall the game. Uh-oh. We're having problems getting patch information. If you keep seeing this, we've probably broken something. Please bear with us while we're fixing it. Aha! Found it. Yeah. Okay. So now I can't install BattleNet. No, it's gone. We're working our way backwards. I'm scared to turn off my computer now. Maybe it doesn't turn back on. Yeah, the problem is getting worse. So yeah, Steam is 51%. Let's look at some hot takes. Yeah. Reinstall Windows. Yeah, let's do that real fast. All right, hot takes. Hot takes. Oh man, I don't know. We're not gonna put a lot of effort into this here. Ikevault is the worst map in the game. Okay, see, this is what happens when you have too many hot take threads back to back. I'll start us off. Flashpoint is a far superior game. Dude, this is the this is why you don't have hot takes channels threads back to back to back, man. Mercy's not healthy for the game. It needs a Mythic Scan are the biggest cope of all time in the large majority of them. This is a decent, at least a unique take, I guess. All right, let's sort by controversial. Wait, I can't sort by controversial because I'm not logged in. Frick off. Why is that a thing now? Like, that used to be a thing. You used to be able to do it, but the game was like, you have to, or the stupid Reddit's like, you have to log in here. Yeah. The other hot take thread was really good. This one is a little rough. All right, I'm already bored, man. I appreciate you linking it to me, but not Spiceful Baggins. Video watching? Yeah, maybe we can look at a video. I'm not clicking that video. My content suggestions. I'm not watching that nerdy. That Martin kid gets coached by Dr. Sunscreen? What? I'm not watching. I don't think I'm gonna watch a Dr. Sunscreen video, man. The level 5. Oh yeah, we never saw the Capitology video. Capitology had like the 5 levels of Sojourn or something like that. I never watched that. We should watch that maybe. Let's watch that. The Magic of the Gathering one? We don't have time for that. That's probably gonna be a longer one. We're 78% on download.
But really, I deserve this rank. Well, I'm a pro coach that's worked with a lot of players.
I'm gonna update title really
individual
fast.
VODs across all different ranks in pro teams over the course of many years. To be honest, I kind of wanted the same thing. It's easy for me to learn on Suravasa. I don't care if you win or lose, just try and make sure the code isn't a one-sided destruction.
Same map
So
is a
what
good
are
idea.
The differences in how they played. Well, let's take a look, starting at the Diamond player. Our Diamond Hitscan player's name is CNR. I also had him stream to me, so the quality is a bit lower than the other ones.
Yeah, first pick. I still play back. Still scared.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm waiting for my Doom to walk in first before I walk. Right here, I just play up, try to get some ult charge. As soon as I see the hog, I know I have to play distance even further.
He holds this angle top for a little bit too long, ends up dying for it.
Right there, just peek too much.
Mm-hmm. When you're thinking about where you're shooting from, you have a couple options, like you could go left or you could just back up or something. Why did you stay here for so long?
I stay here for so long just to deny this angle from the Emre, because I know I have rail.
Mhm.
So I know if he peeks me, he'll be a bit scared of my rail.
Okay. I was surprised to see a Diamond player poke up in between fights. Most Diamond players I've seen just sit on point and wait for people to come to them.
Right here, I see my Doom minted, so I just back up a bit. I still have 100 rail though, getting ready to take a shot whenever.
Mm. So in a situation like this, do you think you would ever ult in this fight?
No, as soon as my tank dies, I would never ult.
One of the first things I'm looking for is when and how each player uses their ult.
Right here, I see my Doom taking offing. So I just try to take an angle of my own. Try to create some pressure on this side so my Doom is alleviated.
Here, he uses his ult to get a nice opening pick, but gets greedy and kills himself before he can get anyone else.
I slide in, thinking there was going to be more for me to hit, but the Mercy LOS me and then the Brick rallied.
This guy's super exposed and you hit a rail on him. Like, this all makes total sense. Whenever you're thinking about the rest of this play, though, you slide directly into the stairs. Are you looking for anything else before you reach for extra kills?
Right here, I'm looking to see if there's anyone else exposed, but I see no one else is exposed right here, so I try to get more LOS by sliding towards the stairs.
Here, he pokes up for a bit, then he backs
Like
up to a nice angle
85%
top
maybe.
right. From this position, he's able to pop his ult and kill 5. I really like this fight.
Kill 5. Wait. Oh, it just freaking launched Overwatch. Wait. Let's try Battle.net one more time before we give Steam a rigmarole. Yeah, no, it's not. Battle.net's DOA. What the frig, man? Play Overwatch through Steam. Steam is cursed too. Please don't say that. Connecting. What? Scan the QR code to log in. What? so silly. Wait. And it's having me... Okay, so I've never done this before, chat. I've never used Steam before for this. Okay. Am I in? It's 2.23. Yo.
The dead are listening. I will seek my redemption head on.
Oh, we haven't even seen the trailer.
You die just like the rest.
I'll turn it up a little bit here.
Cry about it.
Cry about
I'll take you for a ride. A punishment you
Seems like, holy frick, this guy is good at this game. He's got all these achievements.
You knew this was coming.
Yeah, it's all these achievements, like historical, I guess. A million Kiriko skins. Glow stick skin.
I was made for this.
The dragon
Glow weapon.
sated.
Bless your heart. We're gonna make a good team. I can feel it.
No, I haven't seen Shion. No. OWCS, Anima Strike Event. Community crafted mode. Cool. I'll have to try that out later. I think. Stadium Hero reworks. I love that skins are getting power crept. Like, is that not just great? I just love that. We're literally getting skin power creep, man. Like, oh man. Wait, I feel like the frames are different or something, no? It's like, are my settings carried over? I think my settings are carried over. Surely, right? Competitive season results? Oh man, I need to have my title. Diamond? Dude, I don't know. We need a plat. Diamond just isn't funny. Well, frick, man. I guess that's it. Let's try Shion out. I need to update my stream title because apparently I'm in. So Battle.net is just dead. Fake GM, by the way. Shut the frick up. Steam. Because I'm playing on Steam because Battle.net's dead. And it just keeps going like, wow, another notification. Or another achievement. It's just going to keep going for a while, I think. I'm sorry! I don't know what to do! I can mute it? Oh. I don't know how to mute them. How do I mute it? Wait. How to mute Steam achievements. Steam client. Like settings. Notifications on the left menu. Got it. You're welcome. Don't say I never did anything for you. Well, I've never done it before, okay? I don't play Steam all day long and get notifications every 5 seconds. You know, it's like it's different for me, you know? How not using application audio capture? Well, I mean, I play videos on the same scenes. I don't know, bro. Frick off. Frick all the way off, man. Tell you what. It's updating? Wait. Are you for real? Are you for real, for real? Wait, it is. Wait, Battle.net is patching, guys. Uh-oh. Hang on. Hang on. Cheeks clenched. I know, we literally just finished Steam. I turn off my notifications, and Battle.net's like, I'm ready for you! And I'm like, frick off, man! Wait, now, yeah, it's YouTube chat. Wit says it's working as well? No. I don't want to use Steam. Wait, hang on a second. Let's try this pitch. What? It's my email. No, frick off. Frick off, frick off, frick off. On mecha-based, Demon's mech is gone. Please, I don't want the rundown. Wait, chat. Might be good, might be good. Hang on. Yeah, it's patching now. It's like a B minus, RIA, C plus, awkward patch. I don't really know how I feel about it. I'm almost done. Yes, Robbie. Oh, Robbie, are you still here? Robbie, are you still here? All good. I won't respond to your DM. I will respond to your DM officially. You're fine. Thanks for the heads up. Safe travels, mate. You'll be fine. Thanks for the update, dude. Is this the longest it's taken me to get into game? Like, we had a long patch review, and then it's 2 freaking hours, man. Holy moly. No, you're good, man. You're good. No worries. Okay, we're in. On Battle.net. Wait. We're gonna do a Wait. Gotta get my battle pass. Gotta get my shill rewards. Hang on a second, guys. Shill rewards. Shill rewards downloading. Am I cooked? Yes. Never play Overwatch again. Nah, you'll be fine. Downloading shill rewards. Okay. Dude, we could have read Steam patch notes. Okay. Okay. Battle Pass. Well, it's not updating. That's okay. Is there anything saucy here? Genji skin sucks.
Stay cool. Enchanting, aren't I?
No, I'm not watching the World Cup much. No. Okay. Kind of skimming through this a little bit. Apologies. Oh my gosh, he walks. That's great. That's funny. Dude, that's actually kind of a banger Winston skin, no? Winston doesn't have that many good skins. This is like my buddy listens to the Leonard Skinner and Led Zeppelin, man. I kind of like it actually. I kind of like it. I'm gonna use that skin for sure, bro. Oh, that's great. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm actually, yeah, cool. Okay. I mean, honestly, dude, like, if I like when they do weird things like this, it's different, you know? Okay, sure. It's either the worst Genji skin of all time or the best, depending on your viewpoint. I'm not even mad, man. Go for it. That is hilarious. That's great. That's so fun. I like the frowny. That's cool. Yeah, I unironically like when they do weird things. Straight up. I love it. Sombra? Who is that? Sombra. Alright, Tourist. Alright, where's the funny one? Where is it? Street Rebel, Claw Machine Pro, Cafe Cutie, Festival Foodie, Spellbound Mage. It's usually the one of the last two. Sweaty, that's probably the one. Overcaffeinated is funny too, but Sweaty is probably the one of those two. All right, where's Tech Tress? Oh boy. So Warren, thank you for the raid, mate. Hope you had a good stream. Let's try out the hero. Oh, pending invite. I was like, what? First stream went all right. Nice, dude. Congrats on the first stream, man. Go give Soren a follow. All these new little logos here. All right, where is she? Okay.
Is mine to master.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't really matter, but.
Double.
Ooh, that feels weird. That's gonna take some getting used to. Maybe my settings are wrong. Okay, that's kind of disappointing. Only a lateral dash is kind of a bummer. Yeah, the arrow keys are definitely like strafing.
Playtime's over.
Yeah, okay. We need to tweak this. Maybe this needs to be down to 50. Try this. That feels better.
Be thankful.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it, Aerithal. It does feel fun. Run over a bot on a bike, and the moment you touch it, then dismount. Dismount. I'm gonna mess up the keybinds here. That's a pretty nice combo you can do. Okay. So did I do it right, Aerithal? Run into them and dismount?
I am on fire.
Whoa. Whoa, you're right. You're right. That didn't that. Did you look at that? Look at that. Look at that. That seems like a bug or something, because it doesn't even like properly explode. Maybe not a bug, but no, it's not a bug, because it does 60 damage on impact, but then there's just immediately 190.
Painful. Quick and painful.
Yeah, you can. Oh, you aim it like normal, like it doesn't just go straight down necessarily. Okay.
I'll make
All right.
them squirm with this. Go on, start running. Kita, kita, kita.
Oh, that affects everything, baby.
Roadkill. Cry about it. I am on fire. That will scar beautifully. Now my fire.
$140. 175. 215.
You're boring.
I'm not choosing right. I mean, thank you for the sub.
Don't test me. See what I've become.
Hmm.
I am on fire. Double with holds. Pain is nothing to master. Major path unlocked. I can make this dangerous.
Five. Let's do this without the perk really fast.
Pain is mine to master. See what I've become. Major path unlocked. Good enough.
I don't think it applies retroactively, chat. I don't think it applies retroactively. Do you see what I'm saying? It did 2 more damage? Okay. Oh, you're right. The numbers are floating. Why? I just now noticed that. Okay, so it does apply retroactively.
Your lady Shion is here. How about it?
I think this might be more important on tanks. Because I think if you're at that close of a break point, I don't know how often... Oh. I don't know how often that's going to matter versus the target just probably going to die anyway.
Beautifully.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's good. Yeah, you do reach. So you do 2 more damage on 225. Because like I said, you reach half HP faster. Hmm. We will see, we will see. Oh, I'm lagging. Try a headshot.
Come on, bring me another.
We'll see. This is the thing that definitely seems pretty cool to me. Like, did I screw it up there? What happened there? You didn't boycott? She's changed a lot. She's changed a lot. There was no Titan spread. Her gun felt a little bit differently. I don't remember the dash that well. The bike feels way different. The ult's completely different. She doesn't gain overhealth though, so I'm wondering if like this is just like a death button. You know what I'm saying? I think what you'd have to do is you'd probably need to do this. Boy, the decay is so fast. Holy crap. 1.2 seconds.
What I've become.
Execution spread. Okay.
Control your end.
You know what this reminds me of? Stefano, are you still here? It's freaking Undertaker. It's Undertaker from Elden Ring Night Rain. Like, that's just the Undertaker from Night Rain. Have you guys ever played Night Rain? Yeah. It's the exact same thing about Onron? Yeah, seriously. Alright, I gotta pee, and then let's actually play.
Fighting hard for me, aren't you? See what I've become. See what I've become.
Okay. Sarah Lee, are you here? I did wash my hands. I just didn't have to pee very much. I'm not having this conversation with you, bro. I'm not freaking having this conversation. No. You guys are gross. First impression for trying Shion in the practice range? I don't know. There's fun parts to her.
Welcome to Paris. God is mighty vast. That was close.
I need to toy with my sensitivity first here. Does pretty good damage at range, man. Not great, but that's hilarious, bro. Being able to just swing that with a free charge is like a huge advantage, bro. I mean, look at this. I'm absolutely smoking this lobby right now. Like, okay, that's yes, one step up from a practice range clip. But you know what I'm saying, though. You know what I'm saying? Nope, no, 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 no. Whoa, different. Okay, that isn't. I like that the splash and that's pretty tight though, so that's good.
Flesh is a weakness.
Yeah, no, I agree. The bike bomb up close seems kind of broken, no? No, my life. Dang it. That's just really good damage. No, no. Oh. Right. Fashion time. Crit! Crit! Frick! Oh, I thought I had her. Shut up, Sarah Lee. Oh no, I messed my dash.
You worthless bot. Get up. Vote for your map.
I don't care. I don't know if it does, just a guy. I need to check the hero panel. I'm not really sure. No new map. Weird.
Welcome to Oasis.
Yeah, it feels like you should be rewarded for charging it up more, no? It should do less damage if you don't charge it. It feels kind of silly that you can just instantly hit 130 damage at point blank range. And 190 if you get the timing perfect.
Pain is mine to master.
Yeah, the AoE increases at least, but like, dude, I'm just walking into people, they're like, bam! 130 damage. You know what I'm saying?
We will be
The charge up is used for verticality? Right. Right down a little bit.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Oops. Yeah, her leaving, her coming back from spawn is going to be insanely fast. Although that doesn't change very smoothly. Oh, my bad. No.
The enemy over here.
On my way.
Not abandoned. No help. Oops. Ah. Crap. That's weird. I don't know if that I don't know if that actually increases my dash distance or not. No help. I did not mean to go that far. That's why I needed to use the verticality and slam it down into the ground. I did not. I screwed up my keybinds there. I meant to cancel that way sooner than I did. My mercy. Yeah, see, there's no point canceling it there. Should I always dash before bike can respawn right? I don't think so. I thought so as well, but the animation of going into your bike is too slow. I think you should just bike right away. Like, look, you dash, and then you have to bike, but I'm not really sure.
Score 0-1.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm saying that like you can. That animation delay of going into your well, maybe it's not. Maybe bike isn't that much faster. How much faster is 20 meters per second? Bike is.
Would you rather I kept the scars they gave me?
What is your normal movement speed? 5.5. Maybe it's worth it then. Maybe it's win.
I'd have hated to learn that the hard way.
You say so.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2.
You see that's that awkward delay there. No, I should have missed. Frick.
I'll break you their heads. Glad you have your priorities straight.
Shut the pickups early. What? Why are they? What was that? What was that? Did you just see that? Why was it moving so slow? That was weird. But the guns are bugged. Yeah, there you go. Frick. fucker. Man, this character has no verticality at all. Holding S makes it slow? I didn't realize I had that much control. Wait, are you right? Oh, you're right. You're right. It does.
Incoming.
I'm with dash. I'm dead. Shoot. Yeah, it's really weird. They went from being like verticality was like way overcooked with this character with a bike. Like you could literally, I'm not exaggerating, you could jump like 30 meters in the air. To where now you can't even, you don't get any verticality at all. That was, takes some getting used to. Takes some getting used to for sure.
Now traveling.
And that's just kind of silly.
Personne n'échappe à nos regards.
I won't lay down and die. It's what you deserve.
It seems like really important to like avoid the bike damage. The bike damage is so much of a carry. Yeah, the new health pack UI is really ugly. Agreed on that one. Oh, my latency is spiking. I was wondering what was going on. We are up to 550 latency. Watch me still kill this person. Wait. 600 latency kill? Okay, I'm just gonna teleport through walls. Never mind. Okay, I can work. We're up. Oh my gosh. This is unplayable, man. Unlucky. Wait.
Was fun.
Oh man. I agree, Irithol. I think the charge bike throw is like not great. I think if you the problem with charge bike throw is that even in situations when it's like relevant, you're like, it's such a long CD. You know? It's like, oh, I could use it for poke. But should you use it for poke? Should you use it for poke? I think it's too long of a CD. I think you should probably try to gap close on a deeper angle and go for a combo instead. I think you might be right, Arithol. I might have to end YouTube stream. I'm sorry, YouTube. 500 latency is just unplayable. biking and canceling the dash, right clicking, just lead somebody. Yeah, what I would say is like if you're gonna use it for poke, you should be playing at poke range consistently. Like your poke damage isn't bad, right? Like this is decent, you know? But I think like you full commit here. I do read this chat, but I might have to end this chat because I think this latency is unplayable. Yeah, it's not getting better. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube. Yeah, load up on Twitch if you guys can. Sorry, guys. Apologies. Loves and kisses.